Well, guys, everything that glitters ain't gold, and every Benz'n on a budget project doesn't always go as planned. When you play with fire, sometimes you get burned. Welcome to Benz'n on a Budget, Episode 6. Alright guys, well, it's Benz'n on a Budget, Episode 6. We're officially here. We have tried all kinds of things. I have some clips that maybe I'll throw in, but otherwise I'll just explain to you guys what I tried. You can see here in the engine bay, made my own little fuel rail attachment with a filter on it. I put in about 5 gallons of fresh fuel mixed with some gum out and some fuel additive. Cleaned out the injectors multiple times, swapped the injector from cylinder 2 to cylinder 1. I've swapped the coil packs around, etc. And it just doesn't seem like we're getting spark to the coil pack. Now, the connector is getting power, it's getting 12 volt power, but I haven't checked for grounds, which I'm going to do so now. And I also, at this point, need to start looking at the rest of the wiring. Even though it looks like everything's intact, you never know. I did find some rodent droppings here and there throughout the car because it was sitting out basically in a field. So it's possible something could be shorted somewhere on that cylinder alone. So what we need to do, check for ground on that coil, and then if for whatever reason it's not getting good ground, we're going to need to direct it to the plug one on the ECU. So that's where we're at. I wanted to be further along in all honesty by this episode, but it just is what it is, and we still need to get it running before I can confidently pull it out and start getting it prepared for that thing. So all we need to hear is 4 cylinders, roll the gears a couple times, and I'm ready to get this thing out of here. But luckily, we got our fresh Benz'n on a Budget hat, and we got a helper here with us who just turned 4 not too long ago, right? Yeah? You gonna help me work on that car today? No? Don't know what to do? No. Me neither, dude. I'm lost. Well, let's get into it, guys. Alright, guys. Well, I checked for ground, and that does, in fact, have ground. So, I'm even more in the dark. I'm going to try to start it right now. It's been sitting with the new gas in it. Might as well just give ourselves a baseline again. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky, start it up and it'll magically be on all 4 cylinders again. I don't know. Let's just try real quick. What in the hell? So let me just drop some stuff. Wonder if that's Vafa over there. Alright, anyways, let's try. Why not? So you can see gas was probably like a little over quarter before. It's at a little over half a tank now. So let's try to start it. Yeah, that ain't good. Like that sounded like 4 almost for a second, but definitely not 4 right now. Alright guys, so that kind of leaves us back in the dark again, but Josh did say if it's still doing that, one thing that we can try is run a new wire from spot 1 on that connector to ECU plug 1 spot 3. So it's, I guess, worth a shot. I can literally just throw a wire from there to there. I'll need to see if I can depin these things without killing it, but I don't know, it's worth a shot at this point. I don't have anything really to lose, so why not try it, just to eliminate that possibility, and we'll go from there. I'm really sorry it's not like the exciting content, you know, like, oh, I got it running, I'm ripping around doing donuts, but this is a reality, guys. Not everything is gold when you buy 2 cars for $1,200 with relatively unknown history. So this is not a guarantee that we're just gonna magically get a motor and a transmission that work flawlessly and be able to drop it in there. You know, there's the possibility that if this motor is no go, then we just take the manual transmission, take the wheels, and send this thing off by itself. But sure, it would be nice to just have both of them working good. So let's try that wiring and see what happens. Alright guys, next thing I'm trying right now, which is kind of crazy, but whatever, got nothing to lose. Pin 1 on the connector, I have that cut, ready to go. We're just going to basically run a wire from there over to pin 3 on plug 1 for the ECU. So we will see what happens. Alright guys, it's wired up, not pretty. If it works, I will be surprised, but it's worth a shot. So, plugging the battery in. Okay, battery on deck, wire to the ECU from coil 2. Anything else I need to move? I don't think so. Let's try this out. Alright, take number 1047. Here goes nothing. That didn't sound better. I don't think that's 4 cylinders. Well, 100 different attempts, same result. Ay, 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 man. Why? Oh, ay, ay. I am fully stumped. Yep. I'm lost at this point. Oh, this is too much right now, guys. Gosh, I just want to get this thing freaking sorted so we can rip it out. It's just not being happy with us. Hi, check back with you guys in a bit. Alright, you guys, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We're going in. I should have done this a while ago, but we're gonna borescope the cam. We're gonna borescope the cylinder. I have tried every trick in the book at this point, you guys, of trying to get this thing firing on all 4, and for the life of me, I'm just not figuring it out right now. So I'm going to first borescope it. If it looks fine, then the next part is going to be compression testing it, and then if the compression test checks out, we know the engine is good. We just got something going on with either wiring or fueling that is not letting that cylinder fire. I'm freaking confused. It's frustrating, but nothing else we can do besides prevail and keep going and figure out what we can one bite at a time, and hopefully it'll be back on all 4 if the engine's so good. I swear earlier in that clip, I'm gonna try to pop it up right now, of when I thought it was firing on all 4 versus when I know it's firing on all 3. I swear it was firing on all four in those clips. I don't know if it's just placebo, my mind in the moment. I thought that I had got it, but I swear that it was. So if it was, the motor's got to be good and there's got to be something else going on. But oh man, I'm just like running up a tree right now, not knowing what the heck is going on. So hopefully this will help us solve something and we can keep going. The other possibility, and something I want to look at, but I'm not too whatever about, the ECU possibly could have some water damage. Yeah, these ones don't even open up. Oh yeah, they do actually. You got to pry open these tabs. So that's something else I could do. I don't think Josh did that. I think he just plugged it in, read it to make the key. So there's also a possibility if like there's igniters for the injectors or whatever else in the ECU itself, that could be an issue. So anyways, let's keep going. Well guys, this is where things took a turn for the worse. As you can see here, there's definitely some type of foreign object which resembles, in my opinion, a piece of a valve head, meaning our valves have most likely left the chat. I'm not 1000% sure, but I do know whatever it is, it doesn't look like it's supposed to be in there, obviously. Piston should really just be the piston and the walls, cylinder walls, and that's about it. So what it is, I'm not sure, but I do know it's most likely the reason why cylinder 2 never fired, no matter what we tried. Well guys, unfortunately, don't think we got good news. I think if I showed you guys the video already of what I could capture on the little recording from this, it looks like I'm seeing chunks of valve basically, so it's gonna be hard to show you guys on there while holding this, but pretty sure there's two big chunks of what looks like valves. So it's no wonder we weren't getting anything on cylinder 2. We could compression test it and do all that, but at this point I don't think it's even worth it. I tried to stick a magnet down there to see if I could grab whatever pieces, but they look like they're almost like stuck to the side of it. But probably would be a good idea to do the compression test just to confirm. But with everything else that we've tried, I mean literally everything that we could try, I'm pretty sure if it was a healthy motor it would have worked by now. So that is that. Now the big question I guess is, what do we do from here? I'm still gonna pull everything obviously, but do I take this motor apart, build it? Never done a motor build. This could be a great opportunity to learn a lot and do so on a really easy platform. And I could build it for basically more boost, beef it up a little bit so that down the line if I wanted to turbo it, I could. But the other part of me, the other option is pull the motor and trans, use the trans for the C36, and basically then commit to do something different with this car, like an M112 or M113, or we still stick with that, we rebuild that motor and keep that transmission and then plop it in here, or take that transmission, find another motor, because they're not that hard to find, to be honest, M111s, and put it into here. So it's a bit, I don't know what the right word for it. I guess disappointing could be a word, but it's a bit kind of disappointing just because I spent so much time on this that, you know, had I just looked in there from the beginning, probably could have saved myself some time. We could have ripped this thing apart by now and had it gone, and be on with the next part of whatever we're doing here. This is already episode 6, and I was hoping to have a motor in that car by, like, you know, episode 10-ish. So I think at this point, rip this thing out, get the wheels off of it, probably swap those wheels onto it, put those wheels onto that, and get the shell out of here, and then just focus on what we're going to do with the 190. The other possibility that is way away from what we have planned here is, a lot of you guys actually really like this coupe, and a lot of people on the Instagram as well are like, oh, you should build that thing for track usage. Yeah. Well, the other possibility is just completely gutting this thing, rebuilding the motor, and then just using this thing as an absolute send weapon that we give no F's about. So yeah, this was, you know, this is the danger and reality of a Benz'n on a budget project. There's no guaranteed finish line or guaranteed perfect route for a finished project. You know, we got a really cool 190 that is a great template. We got that car for a steal. So even if all I get from it is a transmission and the wheels, I'm already good. I'm good with that, because I would pay the same or more as I did for the car just for those two things alone. Refinish, those wheels go for, you know, $600 to $800. The transmissions have gone up nowadays, so if you're lucky you can find them still here and there for about $300. But typically people are asking more, closer to like a 600 range nowadays, which is the negative part of me showing all of this stuff that we do on here with the manual swaps. Not just me, I'm not being egotistical by saying that, but just in general, all of us Benz heads have shared quite a bit of knowledge at this point with the manual swap game. So just what happens, pick and pulls and junkyards start seeing that, oh, people are buying these things more often, we're gonna raise the price up a bit. So they've definitely gone up. So yeah, if I get a motor that's rebuildable, valves are not that big of a deal, and I'm sure the rest of it is in decent shape. Get a motor that's rebuildable, get a transmission, the clutch, flywheel, all that assembly, drive shaft, pedals, anything else we want to pull off the shelf, really, for the cost of $800, we're good, and just kind of play it from there. But I really need to hear from you guys at this point. Like, what do you think we should do? There's a few different routes we can go. So as much as I would love to just stick with the original game plan, get that motor and transmission into the 190E, now with the motor being down a cylinder, it does change the perspective a bit, and definitely changes the timeline a bit. So we need to account for that and try to pivot in the right direction. So like I said, would love to hear from you guys what you think we should do, and I will be brainstorming in the background as for now. I would like to get those wheels swapped over and see if I can fit these wheels onto that thing, but I need another lug stud kit to put on this thing, so we'll see. I need to do that regardless, but yeah, we got some game planning to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my focus to the CLK for now, because that's pretty close, and I would love to actually drive one of my project cars here soon. We've been using the daily C36. We've been using the C36 on daily duties. M155 is over at a buddy's shop right now getting some work done. Shout out to Eastside Automotive. C55 is just chilling, but yeah, we got a ways to go on these two things before they turn into one functional, happy car. So I guess we'll just leave it there, guys. I'm sorry, honestly, that this wasn't a more exciting episode. I was really looking forward to like launching this episode at a different spot than my house right now, and in the car, like driving it, like, welcome to Benz'n on a Budget episode 6. Launch the car, do something fun, you know. Like, I was really looking forward to that, but I don't think it's happening. So we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying. Can use you guys' support right now, and thank you for all the support you've been offering so far. Let me know what you guys think. That's a huge detail. You guys know, hopefully by now, especially my subscribers that are OGs, I really do listen to you guys, and this channel is just as much you guys as it is me. So please give me your feedback. It matters. Your voice matters. Give me your feedback on what you think we should do. There's some options at this point. There's the transmission goes to the C36. Find another something for the 190E. There's pull both of them out, rebuild that motor, stick to the game plan, and just throw it in there. There's pull the motor and transmission out, find a donor motor and still stick it into 190E. Let me know what you guys think. Any ideas are gold. So appreciate you guys. I will catch you guys on episode 7 of Benz'n on a Budget. Peace.